Aber
Yes, yes.
yeah, the internet connection was really bad somehow. Maybe I don't know where you are right now. If this is if it
No,
is it,
Wi-Fi is good. Everything on
yeah.
my end is good. The Wi-Fi, if I screenshot for you, it's full
Oh wow.
because I'm on
Okay.
Wi-Fi. Yeah,
Okay.
it's full bars.
Okay. Let's try. Maybe it works this time.
Okay, so
Yeah.
everyone who's watching, thank you so much. Please bear with us. Bear with us. Once again, this type of truth rings truth through different wavelengths. And so the system which is in place is got fail safes. As you know, the past 2 to 3 years, we've had things called fact checking bots, etc., etc., etc. Okay. And this is what they do, attempting to control narratives. And so when they try and control narratives, they're also controlling you. They're controlling your perception, how you view reality, how you view especially yourself. Where do you fit in? Or do you even fit in? Or are you just here for the meantime or the meanwhile? Or are you here for a long time, but in the meantime, you're going to have a meanwhile?
Yeah.
You see where I'm coming from? It's powerful, the word of the tongue, okay? And, just going back slightly, I know you did miss a few points. That's why I've slowed down the energy, slowed it down slightly, and then just let me speak from a place of we must go back and forth until so that it doesn't we can confuse the system or the algorithm. You get where I'm coming from?
Yeah. Let's
Because we can
try.
also play this energy game. We can also play this energy game. So I
Yes.
also want to throw you some questions. Same question, like you said towards me, because I know you do fast. What have you found with fasting from when you started to what it is now? How does it make you feel? How did it make you feel? What is it now? It used to be something where you're striving for something, and now I'm sure it's definitely changed. Can you speak on that, my brother? Please.
I would say so. What I understand from your question is that for example, today I was 20-hour dry fast. Okay, so and then I just see how it calms me down. It completely centers me. I see that all the artificial addictions, which are actually completely unnatural for the human being, even if it's orange juice, even if it's just orange juice or something liquid, it's still not natural to us. And I see that if I strip off all these addictive layers, I feel more centered, I feel more peaceful, I feel that I'm more in control, not in control, but I can relax into my centeredness. I can relax into my being, like in my aquarium. So my terrain is not polluted anymore. So I have the water can is a better conduit or conduct for electric intelligence. So I feel when I cleanse my terrain, my aquarium, I become a better conduct for electric intelligence. Yes. How do you say conduit or conduct? I think it's conduit, right? Fire, fire, fire. Yes. Please, in the comments, let me know. Oh yeah, I think Lex, the connection was something was off. Please interact with me. You can, yeah, Conrad. Thanks, Bright the Traveler. Please just let me know if you have any questions. I have some great books here. Okay, I prepared some good stuff. Do you see this from Harry Matadine? Aged urine, alkaline power, highly negative charged power. So if you want to change the game, ferment, ferment, and like get this knowledge about aged urine, but you can just experiment and get it from direct experience. So just take your urine, for example, and put it, you don't need a lid to close it. You can do it if you want, but you don't need to do this, okay? So I had 40 glasses or something, and I just stored them, but it was also smelling, okay? So it depends on who you are living with, and it can, because the ammoniac is vaporizing into the air, so there definitely a glass lid would be more comfortable for other people who live with you, and you can make some essential oils over it and whatever, okay? So aged urine, stem cells, DMT, everything, it increases. And people ask me often like, okay, does it really have DMT? Is it not just speculation? No, it's not speculation, because you are the microcosm. And the microcosm contains everything. You have every information contained within you. So all the minerals, all whatever name is out there from any mineral or whatever, okay, we have all the portions. Everything is inside of us. Okay. Legs is coming in, I think. So definitely don't think this stuff is not inside your urine. Everything is inside your urine because it's inside of you. And you are the creator of that liquid. So therefore it cannot lack anything. What is the title of the book again? Aged Urine by Harry Matadine. Harry Matadine. Okay? It's a great book. It's a great book. But the most important is that you are not afraid of the aged urine, and that you can just experiment and get it from direct experience. So, yeah.
Just to add, it's ultraplasma filtrate. Okay, ultraplasma filtrate is simply you in amniotic fluid, which is your stem cells, growth hormone, everything amplified. Mm-hmm. You see, everything intention. So if you believe that you are ill or you are sickly, that is what will come out of you. If you believe you are godly from within, without will begin to show that, not with your ego, which is why we must integrate our shadows, which is why fasting is super important, because when you fast, you become faster mentally.
I love it.
Everything accelerates, because not just time is accelerating, you must accelerate. We must accelerate. We must be the ones to step in to the power. It's going to be there. Everything is there for us. However, the reason why it's so juxtaposed is because of how we've been brought up. It's because of how the system is set up. You cannot fight a fighter if you're looking for peace, because that makes you a fighter. If you are a warrior of truth, stand in your truth, steadfast. When the wind blows, when you 10 toes down, rooted in your foundation, you understand, and therefore you overstand that this too shall pass, and you're also exactly where you need to be. Therefore, everything else becomes a dance of beautiful exchanges of energy, especially when we fasted, right? Especially on ultraplasma filtrate. That is also one of my favorite fasts. Wow. Dry fasting is also powerful. However, it's not for the faint-hearted. These modalities, which we can speak about, Tim, because you've been through them, not just saying, oh, wow, that's cool. Read a book. Cool. I heard you mention Mr. Harry Matadine. Beautiful. I'm connected with him as well. There's so many beautiful beings out there who have taken the step, the leap forth, so that we are able to see in the flesh, not bypassing and want to just be spiritual, fifth dimension. Hey, quickly, how did you get there? Right? All of us cannot bypass a single step, because when you bypass that step, that allows for a distortion, which is where we're coming from, distorted realities. That is why we have dis-ease, imbalance. That is from the cells. Your waters within are not balanced. Yes, outside can be shaky. Example, a really greatly built from inside to under to over ship on any type of water, maritime law, which is what we are under when you are birthed through the mother. We'll talk about that later. Okay? The ship does not tip, it does not, but it rides the wave. So this is what we are being asked to do. But the only way you can do that is to, number one, go inside. What does that mean? Go within. Everyone throws it around. It means face your shadow. It means face the parts of you which have been neglected since you were a child, especially 0 to 7 years old. You know, what's his name? I think it's Klaus Schwab. He has a famous quote, or these are eugenics, whatever the case may be. Cool. Give me the boy until he's 7, or the child until they're 7, and I'll show you the man, or the womb man. Because in that period, 7, important also, 2023, reduce that down, master number 7. It's all about whatever you speak, whatever you think will become quickly. 7 days, 7 minutes, 7 this. There's so many 7s in the system already. So why is 7 so significant? These are the questions which I believe you should be asking. We've asked, but it's no point in us giving you answers. It's a point in case that we express how this is, why you're feeling this, and show you some beans. It's what I like to call it here, Lex Stays Liquid. Show you these beans. You can pick the beans you want and then plant them and go and grow your beanstalk, Jack. You see, depending on where you are currently. But number one, you have to face the dark parts of you. It's a non-starter. Like you cannot bypass that. And also, when you fast, as we say, it makes you faster. It accelerates everything of you, even back aging and looking younger. And all of that is cosmetics. It's just like material, right? So that obviously you bypass it. But once you start to witness it, you become enamored. And what we did is not stop there, right, Tim? We continued. Wow, because it's so much more than just the flesh, so much more than just what you look like. It's the energy. It's what we bring. It's the service. It's this new world we are stepping into. Mind you, watch your step, because it is treacherous. And this is why we have guides. Even in the spirit realm, you need a guide. Simple. And also, to even simplify that further, myself and Tim, a few other beings, Harry Matadine, etc., Bright the Traveler, who's in this room, Konaz, all the way from South Africa, shout out what you're doing with the application, helping underprivileged places, people who don't have a voice. Because once again, we're here to give you a voice, because all of us have a say. We also have a plate and a seat. Don't be late, but first you've got to know who you are, and then you greet. I am, therefore it is, and we are.
Thank you, man. I wanted to, I catch something you said with the urine looping, right? I find...
Oh, you want to tell me this, yes.
I find that, for example, I juice fast also for 30 days. Ah, amazing. Yes. Perfect.
This one is from 2021. What you do is you can put any words or spells, right? So you put words, spells on him. Okay, bliss, brotherhood, balance. You can also feel me exude these, right? Power. What is that? Perseverance. Pineal gland, because this one specifically, I was awakening my inner DNA, unraveling it, which is gives you abilities, right? And so this is the date. You can also date it. This is 2021. So this one is called the elixir of energy, or energy elixir, grand rising elixir. You can see the color. This over here, I was already fasted. I'd already put certain things within my mind. And so therefore, this will exude that when you bring it back in. If you haven't dealt with anything, it will run through you again. That's the beauty about your own waters. Here's another color, which is slightly darker. Please excuse the bottles. Slightly darker. This one, the same thing, but this is 2022. Grand Rising Elixir, same thing, love, luminosity. So these are just some beans for you to use, okay? And to continue. This one is absolutely powerful. I know it doesn't look like it. There's a few things in there, but that you can just strain. This has gone dark, as in this is the famous black liquid. This I was purely fasted for about 12 days. I did a homeostasis fast. So whenever I have this, for example, in the AM, and I want to be pranic, the energy, the insights, everything, quickly.
Wow, and this is like it's dark matter consciousness, the last one.
Yes, it's melanin. Let's look at what it is. The truth. It's melanin. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's higher level melanin.
And urine contains melanin, so it helps you to make you darker.
There you go. Speak on that. It's imperative that you speak on this.
I feel when last summer I was taking aged urine and I was putting it on my skin, and it felt these crystals were on my skin. I saw them in the sun, and somehow you can also stay longer in the sun when you have urine on your, like, massaging into your skin. So it's an interesting synthesis or correlation, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What I wanted to say also before is that from the fastings I've done, I see the most powerful are, and I don't call it dry fasting, just to be clear again for all of you, because it's important, the words, right? Because the dry fasting makes you dry, and we don't want to be dry. Dry fasting is still a state of lack. So we want to go into the natural state, which is the most hydrated state ever, even if you don't drink and eat. This is the most hydrated state you can be. The rest is fake water. The rest is extra stuff you don't need. The most natural and light is when you don't eat and drink, okay? But if you're not in the program yet, then it can help you to transition, okay? So only use dry fasting if you still want to transition to the pranic path, like mentally, if you want to encode yourself back to your true state. And what I wanted to say was that the urine looping, I have a great book between, you should get this stuff. It helped me so much on my path. It is from Dr. Philip, and it's the OMAD urine looping. It is the only book I found on urine looping, and he does 23 hours a day only urine, and then he eats whatever he wants for 1 hour. It's just like one plate or something. Okay, and
Beautiful.
yeah,
One split.
and
one split. That's a beautiful split.
yes,
Powerful.
it doesn't disrupt your fasting, because the urine, okay, if you take H urine, it can disrupt in a different sense, not completely, but the blood changed so much already in the present moment, while what you contained in the glass is already changing. It became more alkaline. So your body has to adjust differently than if you drink only your fresh urine. The fresh urine doesn't disrupt the fast. That's why the OMAD urine looping is so powerful, because you don't disrupt it. That's why the liquid fast with orange juice or watermelon juice or whatever, they disrupt actually the healing process.
Simple, because of the type of properties within the liquid. Remember, when it's fasted, it's now grown. Remember, when you fast, you accelerate everything. So imagine when you fast your urine, your ultraplasma filtrate, it accelerates its growth. So it's fasting on your behalf. So when you take it already in a state of being fasted, woo. But then, not just that, you start to utilize modalities where there's books out there, right? I'm not too sure of the names right now. They escape me. I'm sure you can help me out, Tim, or you can ask us. We'll find them for you. There's free PDFs, whatever the case may be. I'm sure we also sort out a group on Instagram now for us to just get some beings in there. It's a beautiful book. Love it. However, be careful with mature urine. That stuff burn. Like you alluded to earlier, there's ammonia in there. Ammonia is literally in every cleaning product. Also, it's in health products. Wow, wait. There's properties of urine, which is the majority of it called, well, not the majority is pure water. Well, it is restructured water vortex by the heart, and the tubules within the nephrons, rather, within the kidneys. That's why it's ultrafiltrate. So what is separated into there is the excess of vital minerals, blah, 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 blah. It's not a waste product. Why do you think there's things such as potty what's, where they collect urine to put in, guess what, ladies? Your skin products.
Secret number one tip for the models. Put the
Just a
urine.
bit of
Exactly. And it makes sense because it can hold, it has the highest water holding capacity. Highest water holding capacity. Therefore, it makes sense. You are glowing and it can completely absorb in, like your skin. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It's not a rocket science. However, what blocks us from utilizing these certain natural modalities is indoctrination, is watching too much television.
Exactly.
The vision that you are seeing is not the truth on everything because you're already distorted. So what your urine does, especially, which I found, my brother, is that you can connect when you get to certain states of being cleansed and cleared of the muck, the hard dust, the mucoid plaquing, right? You move on to another phase of cleansing, which is more here. It's more up here and also in your heart space. Wow. What I found was that it opens up your childhood traumas if you allow it to. Well, it can direct your healing depending on you because it's of your system. It runs to every part of you. And also, we are 70 to 90% water. So is our mother Gaia. Let's not do the maths. Just look at it for what it is. Truth, right there. Just like a lion, truth never has to defend itself. It's there for you. Right? And so when you start to tap into these higher levels, you start to purge what's in here. You get lighter, not just physical. You become lighter here. You start to lose your triggers. Call them triggers, trigger fingers. So as soon as someone says something, you see something you don't like, blah, blah, you automatically, oh, you have something that's electricity. That's a masculine nature, but it's your left brain because it's your ego. We are taught to be mechanic in nature. Go to work, do this, fix a function and be for a function. That's all. The rest, nah. That's the suppression on this side, and therefore the lopsided nature in all of us. We're all lopsided. Whether you are an extreme feminist or extreme masculinist, you're extreme. Extreme on either side, either or, is not balance. Let me say that again. Extreme on either side, whether it looks good or perceived negative or perceived bad, it's still extreme. Even when you take yourself in through these layers and levels of yourself, take it easy, be easy. Take it easy, okay? Because you'll find that a lot of things will pop up where if you too much accelerate or you don't have guidance with people such as myself and Tim, there's a few of us who are actually doing things which are called integration of your shadow. You cannot bypass that because it comes to bite you every so often. Not comes to bite you, it's actually you and the energy going through you and expressing within because it's not dealt with, it's still a blockage, a trauma, whatever. Therefore, without, it will perceived as a trauma, blockage, and anger a trigger. So this is what fasting does also. It allows you to release these triggers so that you're not so quick at the finger to even point it, because pointing already means that you have 3 back at you. Meaning you're so good at talking about others. You're so great at giving advice. But do you take your own? This is the problem with our system. It's all about you go do this, you. But no one is accountable. Nobody's accountable for their own energy, what they have done unconsciously to this point. Okay? It all cannot be bypassed because you will also eventually judge yourself. So why not do it now while you're conscious? Hello? That's why this time is beautiful, or this period, this season. Because once again, the seasons are changing. They're shifting from the age of Pisces to fish. It's all about water and manifesting through water, but also through a channel, which is why we have things like the law of the land and the law of the water, the law of the air. The law of the water is maritime law. That is also what we are. We are maritime admiralty corpses. Wow. Getting into a bit deep. You know where I'm coming from, right? So basically, just to give it a basic, if you can look at teachers who have transitioned, such as Jordan Maxwell, is it Laurel Erica? She also knows how to decipher the tongue, the spells, right? For you to understand and then understand, because you have the foundation. That's why you go under. That's where it comes from. You check, okay, I want to do 2 stories, 3 stories, but to understand, you go under. So you're able to witness. To understand, you go inside. To overstand, you have all of the tools for you to be available where you are, not the right time, but always the right moment. Because what is time? You see.
Someone had told me this alternative view of understanding. I liked it, and it is also connected to the water, actually, because imagine you are under the word, and you are bathing. Your aura is bathing because you understand. So only when you understand, the word can be absorbed in your auric field.
Anointed, yes, like
Yeah,
washing into you. Yes,
yeah,
there you go.
yeah, I never heard this before, and I liked it also. Like, yeah, it's interesting. And you talked before, like everything is in circles. I watched yesterday this amazing movie. It's called Dark City from 1989. It's incredible. It's so
I've seen it. Yeah,
incredible, man. Like, wow.
yeah.
It's like they have the city, and there's only the city walls. Only like they created the city and the scenarios and the personalities for this whole society only to test what the soul is, because they forgot it's an old race, and they put them into a system, and they try to extract the soul essence of their experiment. So every day at 12 the clock, the people go asleep. Whatever they do, if they eat or have sex or whatever, they just fall asleep. And then they come and put a needle, like a injection, directly in the third eye, and then they change their costumes and they put them with different people. So every day they are like serial killers, doctors, or whatever, only to test in such an efficient way what the human soul essence is actually about. And the crazy thing is that it's a story what happens here in our galaxies as well, because the Anu, like the reptilian races, some of them, the distorted timelines, actually search for their forgotten D12 code, the 12-dimensional code, which we still have, and they search for it. And that's why we are in this experiment, the same as in the movie. If you want to understand what is happening today, watch Dark City from 1889. It's incredible. Incredible.
Wow. Yes, yes, you're correct. I mean, Tim, you also speaking and touching on a beautiful point, because the system will show you before they able to implement it. People used to believe, I mean, by this stage now, I'm sure you can see that movies are a real thing, especially with what's happening in the West, because that's where the battleground of spirituality is, World War III, and also in Europe, right? But I believe that that is a false flag, as in it's a distraction from the real meat. That's just my observation. I'm open, as always, because I'm not just a master teacher, I'm a master learner. Always willing and open to, doesn't matter who you are, if it's information, which is knowledge, which is wisdom, which is able to assist us in completing our ascension, please don't be scared. Because once again, we're all unique in that. And this is what the system doesn't want. Once we start to recognize, Tim, that these movies and everything they're showing us, especially, I mean, look how they distort Africa. Crazy. I'm not going to speak on the powers that be, the system, because we know what it is. It's the same as when you're trying to solve a solution to a challenge, because we are problem solvers. We're not problem dwellers. Oh, next year, same thing. Oh, well, cool. No, that doesn't exist any longer, right? Trying also, I know it's a bit further me going this route, but you'll get this when you get there, right? Trying is a program for you to stop. It's a stop program. I tried. How many times have you I tried, but you really desired that, either that thing or that experience, whatever it may be, but I tried. You chalked it up. Well, that for me is scary. I never try at this stage. You, Tim, never try at this stage, because we know that that is putting ourselves on a weaker vibration, on a weaker propagation of pushing our own energy. That means we're not sovereign. That means something else is controlling us. Hence, while we go back to what I said earlier, what is controlling you day to day? How do you look there? What are you consuming day to day? In the mouth, the people, the places, the things. Even though your heart space, there's a voice. Listen to me. Wait for this. There's a beautiful voice, which we all have, at some way, stage, or form, especially in these last 2 to 3 years, where it said, do this. No, stop that. That person, no. And you were like, I tried. To come to this point here now and say, I should have just. We backtrack on ourselves. We don't trust ourselves. We don't know who we are. And so the beauty about us being literally opposite places of the equator right now, Mr. Tim, almost on the same grid of Greenwich Meridian time, right? We are connecting in such a point where we are just showing you that there is a trajectory which makes sense. But first, you've got to leave the sense and find the gold within you. You have the gift of gold, because at once upon a time, here's story time, our blood was gold. We were constituents of a different vibration because of what was happening. Remember, there's nothing new under the sun. Especially with the teachings which, by the grace of what it is and who I am and what I'm here to do, I was able to come across Baba Credo Mutwa. Okay? Research him, Baba Credo Mutwa. He's an African Sanusi. He held great knowledge. He taught me about the Nomo. Nomo meaning the fish beings. Told me about the star Sirius, not just A, Sirius B, C, D, E. Continues. The dog star, why it's called the dog star. the Orions, the whole system. Why it's called the dog stars. Why do they dog us? Ooh, wait. So in that there's higher levels of consciousness of which I'm not going to get into now because it will just confuse you more. It's beautiful to first understand, get under the foundation, because you want to build levels, right? So you understand, so you know your roots. There's the foundation. You understand, you know where it's all coming from and what it is to do that. You then overstand because you have a complete, not a circular rut, but you have a cycle of understanding, and overstanding, meaning that you can create as the God being that you are with no ego mind distortions because you have not bypassed, which is what going into the cells for self-development, utilizing the power of water, which has memory, and then you remember who you are.
Powerful, brother. I'm just contemplating a little bit on it.
That's fine. Yeah, let it breathe. Let it sink in.
Exactly.
It's called energy. Yeah, let it go in because that's what I do. I simplify these major topics, but also once again, I've had the gift and the pleasure and the honor of being incarnated or choosing to incarnate here, whatever you want to call it, and also coming across the beings I have, especially y'all. By the way, we are fasting on the full moon. I only have spots for between 9 and 13 people, 13 beings. Okay, it's not really a big energy exchange. However, there's a private group which I have. Tim, I'm sure if you're available, I'd love you to join, brother. Okay. Yeah, what's going to happen is I'll be able to share with you some more personal keys, which assisted me in getting over a lot more purging. Because what happens when you fast is you purge, man. You purge, purging. At any moment, that's why you give yourself space and time, 72 hours. If you're not able to, start to intermittent. If you're not able to, find yourself a weekend where you can put down all of this stuff which doesn't serve you. Simple. You have to take part. You cannot be a bystander. Because bystander is bystanding, and everything will, by the time you're 80, 60, where did the time go? Wait. There's no time though. You were here now, but you chose to do. It's all about your choice. Make the choice. But don't just talk about it. Be about it. It's a becoming. Become who you are. Don't talk about who you are. Oh, yes. Oh, I can be, blah, blah. That's beautiful. You can love and light until you perish. There's so much light. There's way too much light. But the reason why there's so much light is because Lucifer also means bringer of light. Wait. Lucifer means bringer of light in etymology. Read that up. Everything I say here, you can search it up. Also, you can ask again, Mr. Tim. You know how this goes, right? So Lucifer, the bringer of light, is able to enlight through light. But there's no growth into the light. How did you get to light? Because if you look around, once again, just observe nature, you will see truth. You don't plant a seed in light. Wait, what is he doing? What is this guy doing? No. You plant the seed in darkness, 0 point, in the soil with nutrients, fluids. And then, by design, it breaks through the cosmos because it already has the design. Boom. You now have a sprout. And now that sprout is pushing and ascending accordingly towards the light because it knows what darkness is. Let that one breathe. That one's powerful. That one's powerful. You should not be shy of your shadow. You should embrace him. Embrace her. If you don't have the spaces, if you're in a family situation, whatever situation, breathe. One. Breath, spirit, spirare. spiral upwards, breathe. And even if you need to hyperventilate, almost pass out, but get to the point where you're able to move away from, here's the brainwave functions. There's 4. Beta, you call it BAT D, or D tab. Beta, alpha, theta, delta. Whenever you are in higher consciousness, you're definitely in theta. This is how you can step into spiritual telekinesis, all of these clairs in theta. Delta, you can do a lot more. Basically, the waves start to slow down in terms of troughs. So if I slow down, we're born in sin, right? We Christed in sin. So if you look at a periodic table, this is just mathematics. Boom. This is the x-axis, y-axis. Boom. You're born into sin on a point, and then what you do is this sine wave. You sine wave. And then depending on your understanding, your vibration, frequency, the way you take in light, the way you express a sound, the way you take in sound, the ability to or give, receive, right? Depending on your balance or imbalance, you then get reflected out towards you, right? An equal opposite of that propagation. You feel me? And so with that being said, I don't want to saturate you guys with too much. With that being said, it's imperative that we simply do not bypass what we think will make us look bad in front of others. Because being in truth, crying, especially for men, this is why I do the Conscious Men community. This is why I created these things, because it's okay. Let it go. We're not meant to house. We're not meant to hold baggage. And this is what energy does. It moves. It flows. Lex stays liquid. My tagline, quote unquote, doesn't matter, call it what you want. Remain blissful, stay liquid. Remain blissful means that you have made a choice to remain blissful. However, stay liquid, because the waters will always chop and change. Like we spoke about the ship on choppy waters, on chaos, right? Don't allow that to make you tip over or to distort and tip other things over while you're looking to fix and to get yourself right at the expense of others or whatever the case may be. That's a distortion. It's what you call it's a vampiric energy, which is very rife. When it comes to our waters, our cells, we can talk about entities, parasites, which is a real thing. Okay, it's not just from what you consume where you can receive these parasites. It's about where you are holistically. You're a full being. Don't relegate yourself to, oh, I just do fitness. Mwah, boom, you out. Well, yeah, you're definitely out. Fast track out of this life. You see, you're not just mental. Oh, yes, I know how to manifest my mind, but you're not in shape. Not shape for people, for yourself. Wait, because all shapes and sizes are beautiful, but you're not in shape for yourself, and you know it, and only you know it. We can only go so far faking it till we make it. But since it's the master number 7, faking it till you make it means that you are going against the grain of 7. That means anything which you propagate of energy will manifest now, whether it's negative nature. I'm sure you're witnessing this in your life, and now we're about to enter the equinox, which is also the astrological new year. Okay? Powerful. It's called a cardinal sign for a reason. It gives you direction. Boom, boom. Cardinal signs give you direction. But fixed signs can anchor. Mutable signs are helpers. They're interchangeable. They can be fixed. They can be cardinal. They're here for a great time. They just don't know it. Speaking of, what is your sun sign, Tim?
My sun sign?
Yes. Do you know your moon sign, your sun sign? Because it will tie into the moon fast. I know
astrology, I have to say, I have to investigate deeper, man. Like I don't know enough about it. I have to be honest.
That's cool. Okay, so what is your birth date? If you don't
12,
mind me asking, you don't have to give me the year, just
let's
give me the date.
let's go. 12th of August.
12 August.
It's lion.
No. Oh yeah, you're still Leo. Yeah, Leo. You're Leo. Yeah.
I
You're Leo's between July 22, 21 July and August 21, 22. That's
Mhm.
Leo. No, no, not Leo. You're not a Leo.
No, I am Leo.
You're a Cancer.
In moon sign, I'm Cancer, I think, yes. But in the
Oh, I'm reading them opposite. Wow, that's powerful. That's powerful. Okay, yeah, yeah, continue, sorry. Sorry, sir.
no, nothing to add right now. I don't know. Yeah,
Wow, wow,
yeah.
wow, wow, wow.
But
Wait.
you
You
mean
get there to get
it's a
oh,
sun sign? Is it the sun sign, the Leo, and the moon sign is Cancer, right?
Cancer is water. Cancer's the
Wow.
crab. Wow. Hmm. Whoa.
Someone
Wait,
said
wait.
someone said in the chat that's her birthday too.
I can't
That's
read the comment.
that's why
You have
that's why we
to
have
read the
such a
comment.
great connection. Wow.
Oh, wow. And we knew, remember you said this and we were laughing before we started earlier about 3 hours ago? Wow, man. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah. Wow.
Wow. Man. I was once but yeah, where did you want to go with it? Sorry, go, man. I'm just listening.
Basically where I wanted to go with this was the reason why my 72-hour water only moon fast, full moon fast is powerful is because it looks at your shadow, our shadows. Remember, we've got a sun sign, a moon sign, and an ascending. What those are, what that means is that you have a sun. Where was the sun when you came through the portal of womb man? Woman, that's a man through the amniotic darkness, because remember, everything within you is in darkness, 0 point darkness. So it's always in a state of regenerating, if you allow it. That's just another one. There's another being. So when I remember this vividly. It was 2020. My most powerful fasts are my sun sign and my moon sign, so, and my ascending. So my sun sign is a Taurus fixed, 0505. I'm also a synchronicity, and then my moon sign is Virgo. Sorry, no, I'm lying to you. It's Capricorn. It's Capricorn. Another Earth sign. However, it's, if I'm not mistaken, Capricorn. Capricorn is cardinal, so it's a directional sign, right? It's the Tropic of Capricorn, Tropic of Cancer. Then you have Aries, direction, first direction, Aries, Cancer. Wait, Aries, Leo, Cancer, Capricorn. Yeah, there you go. Those are the cardinal signs. Those are the directions, right? That's why there's equinoxes at the two of the cardinals, because they're changing the angle and trajectory of the light coming in through the different portals of astrology. So astrology is pretty much like, if you have a hand clock, we're always in the center. Believe it or not, everything revolves around us. But if you're able to live in Greenland, you're more closer to the center of the universe than anyone. Spoiler alert, cool. Our known universe, our known song, right? Let's keep it there. If you look at the clock, everywhere it goes 1, 12, 1, 2. Well, you know that there's specific points. You have a 12, 3, 6, 9. Those are cardinals. It gives you direction. From 12, it's looking towards afternoon. From 3, it's looking towards evening. From evening, it's looking towards half midnight. Then you see it gives you direction to where you're going. Boom, boom, boom. Fixed is always present. However, they're also super stubborn, whether that is in the old ways or in new ways. But that is utilizing the ego, right? So those are fixed signs, right? That is, let me just get my book so I don't mess this up. Butcher this. Just give me 2 seconds, Tim. I don't know if you want to continue chatting quickly.
Yeah, I wanted to add something. I just trying to get the thought back. I just remember something from the 12th of August that I read once through all these magic books, and it was Aleister Crowley did a huge magic spell. He wanted to open like a black portal, I don't know, like a dark portal on the 12th of August, because the 12th of August has a special day for bringing a change into the world, which is very interesting. That just came into my mind. And
absolutely,
Baba, I wanted to ask you, because you do these full moon fasts, right? I wanted to ask, when do you start now the next one? Because it's soon full moon
Sunday
again.
night. Sunday evening would be the final meal, okay? Your own time zone, usually 8, but you can stop at 12 midnight, does not matter. You then will just break the fast, preferably during the daylight, so it'll be at like 6. It's a few hours before, but you break it with liquids. Once again, it's not time, but just give me 2 seconds and continue, so I'll be back now.
So you would say for all of us, because also I hear that the Stargate is opening right now from the 1st to the 7th. And today we have the 4th. So a lot of crystalline codes are coming, and if you are able to fast, you are kind of pouring open your astral, or you're like opening your astral pores on your astral skin, so the crystalline codes can come in. So use this fasting. Maybe we should actually do it all together. That would be powerful.
Wow.
So, yes, Baba, you said on Sunday, so it would be tomorrow, and maybe stopping perfectly would be before 8 or 7 or 6, and then you would stop after 3 days, right?
Yes, it's a 72 hour. I'm almost with you now. Just give me a second, guys. But it's 72 hours, right?
Exactly.
And what the reason why 72, I'm going to explain to you in 2 seconds. However, we do start tomorrow evening. In my group, Tim, though, I've now stopped put it online mainstream because it's not being appreciated, and I'm not able to be there for the beings as I would love to be, because it's so powerful. You feel me? This modality is absolutely powerful. Absolutely powerful.
Please tell us more about it, because I really would love to know more details, like how you approach it, what do you drink, what do you do, anything, man. Jedi techniques. Tell us some Jedi techniques, please. Let's go into it.
This is why we're here. This is why we're here. This is why we're here.
Yes.
Okay. Right. So before we just get there quickly, I just wanted to keep your questions, please, Mr. Tim. You see, it's good like this that it doesn't pick up on. So now everyone, guys, if you can see in the comments, please tell us what you think. If you have questions, please put on the question mark box so that Mr. Tim, my brother, is able to relay it and we can answer as best we can. Also, remember, I only have 9 to 13 slots. I might have to open a few more based on my brother and based on how many willing beings want to be with us in this this portal. Once again, Equinox. There's so many powerful things I can put in there. But yeah, before I get there,
okay.
The fixed signs are Taurus. You want to write this down? The fixed signs are Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. Okay? Fixed signs, once again, I'm going to start from the base level, which is Taurus, fixed earth, Leo, fixed fire, Scorpio, fixed water, and Aquarius, fixed air. Yeah, I also used to get confused. Aquarian water, no, it's fixed air. Hence why it's all about mental energy. Hence why we're going up in spirituality from the age of Pisces to the age of Aquarius. It's from water to air. So everything needs to be aired out before you can take flight. Wow, powerful. Absolutely powerful. I get enamored with what I say because, once again, brother, you know how this goes. especially when you're used to being in a fasted state and just receiving information. I don't write all of this down except for the books I'm writing. So when I say it, I'm like, I also hear it for the first time, like, whoa. Amazing. Mutable signs, okay? We have, I'm going to go in the same format. Earth,
So sorry,
fire.
just to check in with you. So why do we do these signs now? For
So that for future reference, you're in a standard in future. So that you know what is a fixed astrological sign, what is a cardinal astrological sign, what is a mutable astrological sign. So that the people who run this back can have just the basics, you know?
Mhm.
Remember, it's the Jedi tricks. These are just
Okay.
so that we help each other, right? This is all free. These are beings.
One question shortly here from Bright, our friend. Why not ongoing? Why only 72 hours? I think it's just for people who maybe are not completely already shifted. It's just a great tool, a great bridge. Also using the full moon. So if you would tell them, "Hey, let's just go 10 days," most people wouldn't do it. So the full moon can bring you into the transition because it makes it easier, and from then you can decide to continue. But Bright, you are right. In the end, we can do it as long as we want.
For sure. Bright, my brother from Ghana. Love you so
Yeah.
much, man. Yeah, that's a beautiful, beautiful question. Of course, you may go longer. Once again, as Tim alluded to, we don't want to scare you because it does get pretty, the waters get deep, Gets deep. And if you go too fast, too quickly, you most likely will disintegrate. I mean, it almost happened to me. This is just a quick story time. Uh, I was fasting I was going towards 15 days, but what I'd done was I'd fixed elixirs and tinctures, a lot of alchemy. But one of the alchemies is I used also a plasma ultrafiltrate. So there was a stage where it felt like as soon as I closed my eyes, I was like, pew, pew, pew. I wasn't here. I was not here. It's difficult to explain in these terms, in this beast language we have. However, picture when you almost pass out and and then you see that almost that like things start to go dark, but it wasn't fearful. It's more like, you know, you're about to, and then from there, when I started to unlock my DNA, you are able to do things such as lift off the ground if you meditate on certain grids, if you fasted enough, if you've cleared enough and you light enough. You don't have to be a Buddhist in the monasteries. You don't have to be in Tibet. You don't have to be in Kilimanjaro in Africa, which myself and Mr. Bright, the traveler, we're going to sort out. And Mr. Tim, you're definitely going to be a part of that one. However, it's just states of consciousness which, from the cells, can usher the self and the spirit to allow this vessel to express itself outside, because within it's already doing wonders. You see, that is just story time. Quick one. So, sir,
I
let's
love
get to your question.
stories.
I have so many beautiful stories, and this is what we do also here at Lex Stays Liquid. Also with us as Africans, we love rhythm, we love storytelling, because in the stories you're allowed to play, you're allowed to have a good time. Life is not meant to be every day fighting yourself. That is madness. It's crazy. What you
Okay,
doing?
Lex,
Yeah.
Lex, give us the essence of the 3-day moon fast and why it's so important, and how can people now take advantage of the next days and using it for themselves in the most simple way, like
Yes.
be the transmitter for this knowledge.
Yes, sir. Okay, let me put this down. Just breathe. Thank you. Thank you so much. Gratitude for this moment. All right. So the 72-hour water only full moon fast method, basically in layman's terms, what it does is it allows you to fast track yourself to the parts of you which you threw away, you hated, you were told which don't count. Maybe you had a gift, you used to sing a lot as a child. Hey, 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 shut up, don't do that. Switch that off. So in essence, you've also switched off your creativity. You've switched off the side of you which has empathy. You switched off the side of you which is magnetic in energy, in nature. Because magnetic energy in nature is feminine in nature, right? What also came through to me in creating this method was the fact that I've lived past lives, and also I've been a female. I've been in a female vessel. I know what it feels like, all right? So for me, tapping into my heart was super simple, right? Not for everyone else, because we're here with different codes, different gifts, right? And so what I was able to do with the fast before I made it a method was I was able to go into depths of me without a psychiatrist, a psychologist, just simply purifying my water. The method is simple. As long as you can boil it, you have fire, or if you don't have electricity, you have a fire, you have wood and the matches. All of this can work in Africa. So it can work anywhere, which is a beautiful benchmark, not to say anything other than that. A benchmark for a point of reference for the fact that there's no victim blaming, victim mentality. It's more about, am I ready to take the leap? And so when I was ready to take the leap, I started to see that me speaking through these things will take too long. How about I feel through it? Not just emotionally, mentally, but physically. Let me cleanse, clear, clarify, purge, detoxify, and also rejuvenate at the same time. Wow. So the full moon in its own entirety by itself is a matrix, right? It illuminates and also keeps things in cycles. Whether you believe this or not, you shall soon come to find it, right? Because truth never has to defend itself. So this moon matrix keeps us locked in a light code lockdown, where we are locked down to be doomed to do the same thing because we are afraid to look at our shadows. Darkness. There's nothing wrong with darkness. As we alluded to a bit earlier, you plant seeds in 0 point darkness, in the soil. Water, you give it life, nutrients, and that's not what we've done to our aka shadow side, our moon sign, which in nature will show you the aspects of you which are able to propel your light. Actually, they make your light shine more because they can incubate it in darkness. So the method itself allows you, number one, to illuminate depending on what house it is, meaning what month, astrological sign, the house, pertaining to your different aspects of the self. So for example, 12 aspects, 12 houses, could be economics, could be relationship to self, work life, career path. All of those are all aspects of yourself. They're all houses which at this stage require cleaning, and there's shadows in all of them because they were built unconsciously. So what that does is allows you to jump into your subconscious or unconscious. But then with the tools which I'm able to impart, and also while I'm here consulting with you day in, day out, whenever you have sleepless nights, maybe things come up, I'm able to show you exactly what that means, the understanding, and therefore you can overstand the entire thing holistically. Vessel or corpse, unless you animate that with spirit, it's just a corpse. Notice how you try and pick up your friend who's passed out, or a baby or a child who's passed out. That thing is heavy. It's just a corpse. That will show you how much power your spirit has just by putting breath into this to animate it, right? But let's move away from being animals, which is the first 3 chakras, which is what we encounter. 7 deadly sins when you fast. That's what they call it, right? So the 7 deadly sins, the first one, for example, is gluttony. You start to realize how much you're consuming, just, and how much time you think about consuming. that already has lost you energy, time, vitality, just by the thought of it. That's not even preparation. But then now you're spending time to go out and get stuff which is killing you, not giving you more life. And then you also have the time to buy chemicals to just put a plaster there, but the wound is still festering. There's still things there. Ugh. But you put a plaster. That's fine. Just wait, I'll be fine. I'll be fine, don't worry. I'll be fine. Until you get to that point where it goes, wait, hey, what's on your neck? Oh, it's on your back. It's down there. It's all of a sardine. It's everywhere because you've bypassed your own healing. So the most important thing about my fast is that it doesn't allow you to bypass your shadow. It allows you to see it for what it is. You make the choice to accept it or not. Also, there's tools to make your shadow your friend, because your shadow is not separate from you. It's what you call separation consciousness that makes you feel that way. But when you become into balance, you start to become in homeostasis. What happens is, therefore, nothing within you is a dis-ease. Nothing is a hindrance. Everything is a part of the all, because all is ultimately one.
Powerful.
This over here, my ancient Egyptian life, this means water. This means wisdom. These are what you call sigils. You can make your own, just interpret lines, but if you know geometry, if you know angles, if you know degrees, whatever, you can make something which, whenever you, it's just like a affirmation or a intention. I'm always exuding wisdom, always, whether I see it or not. That's why I also believe that, knowing who you are, number one, before you do what they say, is so much more important. Imagine, picture this. We're now in a space where from 0 to 7 years old, we're asking them, who are you? Where did you come from? Tell us what you like. First 7 years. That will give you so much more of where this beautiful being is coming from. And then you can then direct them. You know what? You'd be good on this side over here. You've got this gift. And therefore, in those gifts, you're able to create certain skies, different type of stuff which would never otherwise be created if you were hindered and told that, no, stop it. You're not important. No, not today. We don't do that yet. You see?
Yeah.
That is now going full circle, but instead of going in a rut or going down, you're spiraling upwards, evolution, evolving. Even if it's a step every day, at least you're moving in your way, without your ego.
Rex, I got two downloads right now. Because first, Bright the Traveler, you were asking any liquids, any herbs you recommend. And I tell you, this just comes through because you do the things you are mostly enjoying for yourself. What kind of things you enjoy most to your heart, in your inner child, which progressively helps you on this journey. So fuck all the guidelines, fuck all the dogmas. Don't get any scriptures on how to do it. Don't even ask any trainer, because your heart, your inner child knows what to take. So if you think about it right now, what would make that journey most enjoyable for you and effortless? That is the answer. And that is the answer for so many things, for so many topics and themes. We don't need to ask other people what they take. You know it. And then another thing is, Bright, when you said what is so important in this year, 2000, 23. And I tell you what it is, because it's the number 7, the cycles of 7. And the 7 is always the preparation for the new 7th cycle. Okay, what you do in the last year of the 7th, you plant the seeds for the new timeline shift you are going into. It's a real timeline shifting experience. So now the new spring in the cycles of 7 is powerful, man. It's powerful.
Yes, sir. Wow, Tim. Yeah, that was the direct download. Yeah, I saw the hologram myself in a fasted state of exactly that. You know, and thank you so much, man. Once again, what Tim is alluding to is it's all about the energy. If you able to tap into your cells, you can pick up on even where you walk. You can be like, over there. Nope. Next thing, there was a car shooting, a robbery, blah, 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 blah. It's how it works. Also, tapping into elemental alchemy is what we do in my method. I teach just basics on how to read, relax, smell, because what the gift is of the codes which I have is our ancestors, Bright Nose, Bright the Traveler, please follow him, amazing man. Even Konaz, thank you. Even you yourself, Tim, with the Viking warriors. I mean, your bloodline used to utilize the ground. Soil, whistle, hey, it's all vibration, it's all energy. In order to get the lay of the land, in order to lay yourself upon the land, not to impose, right? Because everything is in divine movement. It's all in divine spiraling. It's divine timing. That spell is going to disappear. Yeah, there's no more divine timing. It's divine moments, because we are only in every mzuzu, which is the moment.
Oh, can I add something? Sorry.
Yes, sir. Go for it. Go for it.
I just had something which added to what you said, because the Vikings, they honored the spiral because they didn't like linear answers. They were honoring the code of uncertainty because they know it represented reality. So they said they don't want to know, they can only surrender to what's to come in uncertainty. That was their reality. I love this. Yeah.
Wow. Brother. No, listen, you know what? We need to have a private conversation after this. I want to invite Bright and a few other gents. However, what you're saying is amazing, because number one, this is showing us also that we're not separated, right? However, everyone is looking to be on top of something or someone. That is the old world. When you're on top of someone or someone, you're forcing. Whenever we force, even don't force yourself. Don't force yourself to fast. Please. Don't force yourself to be enlightened. Oh, now. Guess what? That's deviating from yourself. Because that which you reject or that you reject, like too many extremes on the self will push you or deviate you away from it. Right, Tim? You felt that. Especially when it comes to this higher consciousness level of life we on. There's still no more spells for this. However, you can feel the energy. It's powerful. You can also see myself and Tim. We were powerful beings. You can also see by the fact that you are here that you are a powerful being. You just have not realized it yet. Or maybe you have. You just have not found the courage to take the next step and the next leap into being the better version of you, because that is all that you're here to do. Right, Tim? Vikings, if you look at Norse god mythology, Thor, boom, just, hey, yes, masculine energy in nature, but also they consulted with they call not sirens, you call them the wisdom givers. It was women though, same like African tribes, right? But let me speak about Amazulu specifically, as in not Shaka Zulu, but Amazulu, Egwazulu even. But Egwazulu, which is Durban is the capital city of KwaZulu-Natal in South Africa. That is the eventual last space where Shaka Zulu's colony colonized. And then they called it KwaZulu. So Kwa means at, meaning the place of Zulus. KwaZulu, the place of Zulus. That's where he ended. But before then, he was already dead. Mentally, because he did most of his work coming down from the west, the Dogons, Mali, up there, conquering, but also making treaties. And that's why our languages are similar. There's also click languages further way down you go because it's been mixed with water.
Oh man, I love it. Oh, because the ancient languages make more like these sounds, right? Because
so yeah, there you go. So
yes.
But then when you that's Xhosa. So it sounds like water droplets.
Exactly, because the water is more connected to the ether, to the air, right? Because the English language transfers differently. It's differently because we don't make these sound transmissions into the electromagnetic field. And when you talk this, man, I see how it sparks into the electric field. It's like giving its fixture, it giving its strength and fire.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So once again, these teachings are not abnormal. They've also been there. And so it's powerful, Tim. As I'm saying, we don't want to saturate this live with too much. However, what I do encourage, okay, especially you as well, Tim. Like I said, I've got between 9 and 13 slots. I don't know how many are filled yet. I'll let you know after this. But I would love you to join. I would love you to see who can join, who's able to do the energy exchange. It's also going to assist me in being a powerful being. I also do a lot of charity work. I do a lot of conscious consistency work, meaning that I help underprivileged communities. So, you know, it's more like this is not an ends to means to an ends. It's more like let's continue to build so that I can also see what your community is about. So I can also bring my light. I can also show you that if there's no light there, they need to see the darkness. But there's ways. You don't have to go so deep, dark down and, you know, put yourself in a dark room and you don't have to. What you got to do is step.
Well, Alex, we have so much to talk about because you know, I yesterday saw a great video from Sargon the Great. He's called also Hexagon Master. He's a really cool guy, man. He's a mystic, and you know, he said, if you love me, then give me money because I deserve it. I found it interesting because in the spiritual, especially in the spiritual culture, kind of like the naivety or like the only the superficial layer of spirituality, they reject money because they think it's bad, but it's not bad. It's neutral. It's what you. I was also once trapped in it, and I thought like, oh no, I need to be a lone wanderer somewhere in India, and I just travel with little money. That's what's true spirit. This is bullshit, and I got trapped in it, and then I didn't magnetize the money. It's energy exchange, and you deserve that energy exchange. It's about how deep do you appreciate your energy and tension into the world, and you deserve to be paid. And money is just a medium, a means to the end for you. It's a spirit also, money spirit. You can communicate with the money spirit. So don't
slow down. Let me slow down. Say that again. Say that again. It's an integration of your spirit. So it's part of your energy.
Yes.
It's just the exchange now. Right?
Yes. Man, that's why we never reject anything in terms of that doesn't belong to you. Money should not belong to you. Yes, it should belong to you. And you know, when you have more money and also when people are willing to pay you because you finally value your words, you finally value your energy why you came here, Okay, I know
Yes,
it's
sir.
not all about money, but money is just the symbol that you can make these transmissions and expand even more. Okay, it's a beautiful
Wow.
tool. It's a technology. Yeah.
Tim, please say that again louder, please, for the people in the back. Mr. Tim, please say that louder. Please say
Okay,
that louder.
I I'm just trying to say it one more time. It's like, start valuing yourself. Don't undervalue yourself. Okay, finally appreciate yourself so deeply that you say, yes, I deserve to be paid. I deserve that money comes around, that I can receive, and that I can build myself temples or whatever to expand, to reach more people. Because if you have time and space management with the conductor of with the conduit of money as a tool, kind of AI technology nearly, because nearly everything is AI, and AI is also neutral. Okay, that is a totally different theme again, but just integrate and
We'll
respect and
get into
honor
that
that
just now.
tool for yourself. So don't put it away, because it's just neutral in it itself, and it wants to be welcomed by you, especially the spiritual community. Please welcome money into your life. We need to grow, we need to expand and reach people. That's it.
On that there, right there, Tim, I released some content now to express that just like you value a doctor in the last 2-3 years who most likely was or someone who you knew to be well because of what they were mandated to do because of the system, then you come around and blame us who are speaking on true health. And when we give you these keys and these beings to be self-sufficient and you don't have to now spend money there, we're now the bad guys. So you can see how inverted everything is, right? I never took anything. Once again, I don't advocate against it or for it. I am balanced. Do what you got to do. It is what it is. For me, no thanks. I'm fully protected and balanced by Mother Nature, Gaia herself. Sun, beautiful, healing energy. But first, remove your toxicity. Okay? If you're putting on things which have a chemical description, and then you're wondering why you are breaking on these things, do you even know what that is? Yeah, you cannot scrutinize a packet where mainstream is giving you this or this person saying, yes, go for it. But where we saying, we've done this, look at us, day in, day out, conscious consistency, trademark, TM, got that. We're still here. 3 years down, I've been shaking people's hands like this with gusto. Let's go. For 3 years straight. I wore a mask maybe only to go into places, and I stopped going in there. I had a tyrant 1 week where I was running on the streets with a megaphone saying, this is just a pandemic. Take off your masks. I was actually asked by local security to cease and desist. Otherwise, they'll arrest me. Okay? I don't speak about these things, but guess what? I've been doing it for me and my children. Because there's no way on this planet that while I'm here and available to do what I can do in my own power, my little power, I can take one step forth and I never complain. I used to, but I've fasted that out of me. That program no longer exists. There's no way to complain. It's more about, right, so what are we doing? Where are we? How do you feel? Where's the energy moving? Because there's always a solution, especially in the problem. In the eye of the storm is where you find the most calm. Wait. In between the storm, you find the most calm. Wait, what? We thought it was supposed to be chaos everywhere. There's levels and layers to this propagations of energy. Also, there's layers and levels to the propagation of energy within you. You're not just a physical vessel. Cool. You can make this look beautiful. You can wear suits and put on a fake mask. Cool. But internally, you go home, You are self-loathing. Your self-talk is subpar, not even below par, subpar, because your subconscious is still running your conscious, which is unconscious. You are separated within your consciousness. Therefore, outside, you are in separation consciousness. So within, as without. As the universe, so the soul. Well, as the soul, so the universe, because whatever's inside here, even the stars, everything is replicated outside. Believe, don't even believe, because believe means that you don't know. Just have a knowing. But you cannot know when your heart has got a hex on it. You switched your heart off, or society has stopped you from moving above the first three chakras: survival, sex, power, egos, towards selflessness, heart. I love me, therefore I love all. Not I love all, therefore I love me, because it doesn't get there. You will be in a time cycle, moon matrix. Hi. So therefore, illuminating your shadow self and your cells, the cells also which have been dormant, what is that? DNA. Apparently it's junk. I'm carrying around junk. What? How does that sound to you, Tim? To me, that sounds blasphemous, especially on this level of consciousness. There's nothing junk about me, especially on my DNA. Same thing with you. However, do you realize, recognize, do you see your real eyes telling these lies? Or are you stuck in a rut, contemplating what just happened when other things are happening? Therefore, you are depressed and anxious because you're stuck in the past and also trying to control the future. Same time, you now become psychotic. You see, this also brings us to parasites, and also why fasting is super important. Not just my method, but all types of fasting, because parasites are not just physical, what you put in here. It's not just mental, what you start to, because I'll give you examples if you want of a physical parasite, a mental parasite, an emotional parasite, and also a spiritual parasite. I can give you those examples.
This is really important, man. This is so important now. This is really important.
Everyone just breathe before we go deeper. Just breathe, please. Breathe, please. Always be in control of the one thing, which is yourself and your cells. Breathe in. If you feel your energy is too much head, oh wow. Breathe in and breathe out mouth. Breathe in nose, breathe out mouth. If you feel like it's too much body, breathe in mouth, breathe out nose. Don't do the mouth too much, because that will start to change your posture. Mouth breathers usually have a forward look, because this is collapse. All of your ventricles within here are collapsed. So you look like you are, you're going forward, but you're still here. Sorry, that's just a joke. Sorry, I have fun with this.
Good, man. Laugh.
Hilarious how
We
much we
have to
trash
laugh,
out.
man.
Anyway,
Yeah.
and when you are too much back and you are, people who are, their chin is always quiet there. You have an irregular breathing pattern, but it's always stemming from the mouth. And also, you're most likely obese. Cool. Just giving you mechanics. I'm not saying you are, I'm giving you mechanics. Understand, overstand, because it will replicate itself everywhere. It's what you call truth. Similar to the Mandelbrot set, which is fractals and fractals and fractals, which is what you are. But where's your first fractal though? It's like when you want to become an alchemist, you need lead first in order to turn things into gold. But where is the lead? Whoa. Lead, mercury, mind, there it is. That is the lead. Then you can turn your mind into, then the rest can, or depending on you, will follow. However, with the fasting, you can do it physical. And then bypass that, start with the physical and actually go through the steps. cleanse the physical vessel, then cleanse the mind, emotional, and then introduce your spiritual self. You can say this in a mantra. You breathe in deep, you do the breath work, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, or 3, 6, 9, or 9, 9, 9, 9 ether, 13, 13, 13. These are whatever you think is unlucky, it's not. Everything is inverted. And then when you breathe in there, and then you start to feel because what happens is you start to vibrate. You start to move, start to shake. Also, what will happen is when you either breathe out or hold it, you'll start to get to a point where it goes. It almost sounds like you're underwater, but you're not. That is you hearing your cells within. If you hear, that's you. That's you. You're tapping into your vibration. Boom. When you can hear that, you can now direct it. Depending on, number one, your toxicity level, how much you love yourself, how much you still have traumas, blockages, especially childhood. Remember, childhood is the most important, between 0 and 7. And we work through that. Myself and Tim have got so many one-on-one free calls. You can just call us just to inquire. Like, come on. You don't have to energy exchange. It's only when you're comfortable. So please, don't worry about the money. Because once again, the system will do things to make you feel like you cannot get there. What we're saying is there's so many free things. Once again, I have this fast happening tomorrow, right? Tim, you're definitely joining me. I've already locked it in. He's locked it in. And the reason why is because I want to open a new group. I'm going to make the track from South Africa to Berlin. Wow, it's already happening. I'm now fixing my passport, my travel documents. I'm not going to take chemicals, but we will make a way. We will get there. And I'm going to come and teach and be there of service. Once again, it's not about the money. But once again, I'm coming there with energy. And obviously, there'll be exchanges. But that's not the forefront. Once again, if you aspiring to be a better version of yourself, but also you can feel you're a healer, number one, don't force it. Don't fight. And also don't argue. Just go within. Start to figure out and listen to those parts of you which have been rejected. Because that is where you can find your purpose, find your passion. And each and moment you play, I call them my triple Ps, my 3 Ps. Tim, he loves these. Find your passion. But first you find your purpose through finding your passion or knowing your passion. Even better, knowing your passions. You don't have to find it. It's already within you. Look in your childhood traumas. All your passions are there. Also your gifts which you brought from different lifetimes. They're there. Cultivate those, accept those, and then from there, the rest is magic. Thank you so much for listening to me. I appreciate it. Continue, Tim.
Baba, I just had whatever download. I watched some days ago Kung Fu Panda 3 because in the old children's movies, especially the animes and the old movies, they have so much hidden occult and whatever knowledge. It is way higher than in the normal movies. So I watched it and it's about capturing the chi from the astral, like it's amazing. It was amazing. And yeah, Kung Fu Panda said, remember who you are. What makes you playful? What makes you joyful? What do you remember from your childhood experience? Because there you have to go. All these other things are traps. It's cycles. It's just continually adding information which is not you. You came here from your galactic family saying, I will make some fire here and help people. And then you add all these layers, all these weird layers. And you're like, what the fuck? This is, and then you like think it's you, you know, it's not you. You have to remember who you are. So go. Oh man, I have to share this now. I was in the Pranic World Festival in Italy, and someone gave me the best advice on this whole festival.
Yes,
I keep it really deep in my heart. Thank you. Thank you if this guy is ever listening to this. But
yeah, of course he will. Cosmos.
he taught me. So once we went for a walk, right? And he had these marbles. He had these marbles, just like 5, 6, 7 marbles, just like as children know, right? How when we played
Yes.
with marbles, and we were just chilling in the sun, and he gave me some marbles, and he said, "Throw them, just throw them in the grass, whatever, wherever you want." And then we were just, ah man, thank you. We were just throwing the marbles. And he said, "Do you know, Tim, all I wish to be fulfilled is just throwing these marbles somewhere. I don't want any job or that I survive or that people tell me what I have to do. I just want to throw playfully these marbles in the grass, and I don't care how it looks, if it has purpose or whatever. I enjoy it." And this enjoyment fulfills my entire day. And that touched me so deeply because I saw that
Yes.
while we were there so innocently throwing these marbles, he reminded me that nearly everything we do till today, even the spiritual community, is parasitism. Because parasitism, or whatever, this word is really hard. But imagine, look, even now, while we are alive, Lex and me, we trying to remember other people, and also maybe we are also earning money with these different remembrance tools and social media, but it's still all parasitism. It's not the complete, it's not the complete joyful, playful, innocent child's play. Okay, we are all transitioning from one parasitic activity to the other. Maybe they are less dense, but still parasitic. And this marble play from this guy, man, this touched me deeply because he showed me, fuck all that bullshit. Don't you see that this is still stealing energy from others? Do you not see that if we still coaching other people and whatever, it's still stealing. It's still stealing. Oh man,
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
this was amazing. Yeah.
Are you there, brother?
Yeah. So
Sorry,
yeah, oh man, sorry. And he wrote me an email. He wrote me an email and told me.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry, man. Sorry, I didn't hear you first. He wrote me an email after the festival and said to me, "Tim, don't let anybody tell you what you have to do. Only listen and trust yourself." And he's right. He's right, because even your parents, even your brothers, your sisters, your deepest friends, they all have different timelines, missions. Only your deepest innocent soul, inside your essence, knows what to do. And if you try to listen to other people, what you have to do, you distort that voice. That's why he taught me, "Tim, trust your voice. It is the highest authority." And it's true. Trust your highest voice. And when people tell you beautiful things, yes, it resonates with your highest codes, okay? It resonates. You can trust these codes because you trust yourself. But never, ever give your voice a lesser quality than others, okay? Because then you just then you just become an authority addict. You become another authority addict. Yeah, man.
Yes. Also, you add towards the distortion of the world we're moving away from, right? We're moving away from the age of being told what to do. You must. Remember, you don't have to do. It's your choice. And so anything that is of control, which is telling you must, rather walk the other way. Anyone who's told me I must, even when I was a young child, yes, Tim, you too, sir. Whether we are mutable signs, fixed signs in astrology, cardinal signs, we've all had this thing where we're like, nope, I do this, it's my way or the highway. Well, not the highway, because when we were expressing, it's not the highway because we did not know what a highway was. We were taught what a highway was because highways do not exist. A highway means that there's ways for only those who are high. Wait. In higher consciousness, everyone has a seat at the table. Everyone has a plate because you've earned it. You were able in this chaos. This is why it's such an amazing time for those of you who are more higher conscious. Let me talk to you quickly. Going through these gates will allow you to hold the keys. I know you speak, especially our brother. I forget his name again. Mua.
Mm-hmm.
Speak about the gates of
Amenti.
The gates of Amenti. That's pretty much just ascension through gates of the self. Because in order to qualify, you need to know who you are. And then when you know who you are, you know what to add, what to subtract, where to go, where to be, who to be around. It all links up, right? And so the reason why I love our live right now and the moment that we are now is because we are just bringing it back down to base level. We're making it layman term, straight, just basic, simplified for anyone who's able to just take the time out and listen. I mean, what else are you doing besides scrolling through pornographies and blah, 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 which don't serve you? This is the difference in consciousness. You have the ability, you have a phone, you have money, you whatever you are, but you choose to do this. So that is then your, whatever you want to call it. It's your karma, it's your whatever. You know, so this is what we're just trying to illuminate, because you can go through these gates, but first you must accept where you are and know that physical nature is just a facet. It's just one angle to the whole Mandelbrot set. You see?
There was a question here. When a sun...
I've got about 10 more minutes.
Okay.
I think actually five minutes because of the blackouts. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to go to data.
Yes,
which is fine.
Yeah, it's already nearly 2 hours, so I think it's also good. Let's make it in 10 minutes. We round it up.
Yes, sir.
We wrap it up. There was a question here. When his son, 37-year-old, takes away his mom independence by staying in her house, how can you be yourself? So what comes down quick right now, just from reading it, is everyone chooses their experience. That experience happens first to you, like for you, okay? Not to you, not against you. It's for you. There's something in it. There's a beautiful key inside, which is sometimes very hard to see when we are trapped in this like kind of dualistic fights, okay? But there is a beautiful key inside for you. And Emily, yes, I will save it. Do you have to add something for her, Lex?
You've covered it, my brother. You've covered it. Pretty much what we're going to do now is after this, we're going to open, me and yourself, I'm saying this now, I'm going to open a private just group chat, right? So that I can give a little bit more information. Bright is going to be in there. We're going to be sharing. Perhaps we're going to be doing a call. I know it's about 5 to 7 people max. So we're going to cap it at about 7 because of 2023-7. So if you really would love to jump in, number one, first ones, put a comment towards Tim. Also, if you want to message me, we'll consolidate that and then we can have a bit of a chat, bit of a conversation. Also, we can answer a few more questions free. But then, once again, we are going to be doing the fast. Tim is coming in already. He's going to be one of the facilitators. Bright, the traveler, will be involved. This is going to be powerful. It's a portal. It's equinox, pre-equinox. There's so much to give and so much that we would love to impart on you free of charge. Once again, it's not about the money. However, there's spaces and places where you do have to energy exchange, okay? And so in my closing, I would love to say that first and foremost, Stop listening to things outside of you. Stop. Today, now. Stop. Sit with yourself. Number 2, quiet. Quiet the mind. Don't even try and meditate. Breathe. Because spirit, if you look at the etymology of the word, etymology means the root. You will find that breath means spirit. Spirit means breath. Spirar. That's how you say it in different languages. Italian, Spanish, European languages, even African languages. Spira. It's all to do with this spiral. But where is your spiral going? Depends on your spirit consciousness. The way you breathe, the way you take in information, the way you consume, the way you do not consume. All of the above will allow you to be either below, in between, or above, or to be in a space where you are aware of the all, because you are not just one, you are of the all, and so are we. Away from separation consciousness, the mind space of I'm alone, me, victim mentality. What happened to me is their fault, so they must say sorry. Nah, let it go. Find a way to find your own way. Otherwise, your way will be found for you, and you won't like that. Feel that, man. I feel that, brother. Tim, I love you, brother. Listen,
I love
brother
you too,
to brother,
man.
I love you. I must leave this on tape. It must be known.
Thank you, man.
That you are powerful. You're amazing. I admire you. I follow your YouTube channel. You don't have to be shy to admit to someone or to other beings that they're powerful. You know, and you're very powerful. I'm so excited that we connected now. We can create. We can involve different higher teachings, learnings, and bro, I've got goose pimples almost throughout this whole thing. I've been just lighting up. You felt the codes. It's real. I'm real. I'm also on the ground. I'm also doing things for people who don't have a voice. I'm also not saying toxic masculinity. I used to, because that is highlighting toxic. It's more about let's be conscious men and a community, because we are in unity. One love, we share love. Let's get it, please.
Lex, thank you.
Love from
Lex, thank you, man.
love from
I feel your love, and when I talked before before like 2 hours before, I directly felt my heart opening to your presence. Directly, I felt it. There's yeah, man.
Thank you, brother. That's why I also wore green. Yeah, I do have a heart activation. I'm able to do that. But yeah, once again, it's not about boasting or talking too much. I'm about it. I'll be about it. You can see the content. So is my brother Tim.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to be here. I hope
You
you
know,
feel it.
this will not be the last time we talk. I feel like we could go on forever, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother. I really feel with my heart connected to you, man. I think we.
Yeah, after this, we're doing a group, brother. Don't worry, I'll send you stuff. Don't worry. We're gonna talk nicely. Thank you, bro.
Okay,
Thank you
guys.
so much.
If you want to join the group, I think they should message you, right?
Yeah, message me, please. You don't have to follow me. You don't have to message me, but I would prefer you message me, because I'm going to start the group. It's only because of control purposes. I'll make Tim an admin. You can also message him. I'll also make Bright the Traveler an admin. So he's my brother out of Africa. Also, he's actually currently in Israel. He saw one of your last guests.
Yeah, Mua, yeah.
Mua, beautiful Mua. Okay, and so Africa is now showing ourselves that we have land, we have so much resources, so much untapped.
Yes.
But it's not going to be taken by AI, because it's the beast. Come on. You don't want to put things inside you that will be able to control you. Rather, be in control of yourself holistically, which is elemental alchemy. And therefore, you in tune with the earth, the birds, the sea, the water, you and me. And we can see, even though we don't have eyes. I'm Baba Lex. You can call me Lex Stays Liquid or Lex. I exude love because I embody it. My heart has been broken, but I was able to realize that that was only for me to lotus it, to pop it open for unconditional love. Okay? I'm unconditionally loving of you all. You all have a part to play, but don't just play your part. Be your part. Be who you are. Show us what you're about. Let's teach our children, especially. The geezers who are about to go, they don't want to let go of power. It's only because they're losing grip. As soon as you start to lose power, or you don't want to let go, the moment where you're about to just release and it's going to be mwah, is the moment where you hold on the hardest. It's the moment when you break the most bones. It's the moment where you do the most to try and keep up the facade. You don't have to be fake, especially not to yourself. Because number one, you're not Drake. I don't intend to be, neither should you. Not even a celebrity. Just be yourself. Be yourself, because that's the only being that hasn't been taken.
Lex,
Much love.
Lex, the people feel the love. It goes through the life. I feel that the people now who are now inside the life, they feel the love, and it's very beautiful. And I also salute you again to being so honest with your feelings, also to me and to the world, because that is what we have to show. Fuck all this fucking fakeness. Let's
This fake
show
shit.
our real heart. Let's also man to man, whatever. Let's
Man to
spread
man. Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
love.
yeah.
It's
Be the leader.
important. It's important. It's so important to honor the code, to honor the kings and the queens. And you know, Lex, I want to say something. I never traveled to Africa. I traveled to many countries and also South America and whatever, but I feel when I travel to Africa, it will be maybe one of the greatest travels in my life. And I only have to ripen to embrace what I will see there, because I see the ancient kings and queens, and what an honor it will be to travel through all these countries and these people, and the people who have to carry the biggest weight in this realm today. Thank you, man.
Powerful. Powerful. Absolutely powerful. Wow, King. Thank you so much. Once again, I appreciate you. I'm going to jump off. I would love you to finish off. And just me in closing, I'm so thankful for you guys jumping on. You don't have to. Thank you for listening and lending an ear, because once again, you don't have to. We also don't have to be here, but we choose to be here. Number one, that is the most important thing. Every day, every way, you have a choice. You also have the ability to step one foot in front of the other. Don't look at the whole puzzle before you've made it. That's an African proverb for you.
Okay. Lex,
Yes, sir.
if you want to go,
Remain blissful and stay. Please.
see you soon.
See you soon. See you just now. Ciao, guys. Much
Ciao.
love. Mwah, mwah.
I have one more thing to say. That, okay, with this life again, take this laugh and remember the child in you. Remember what you liked as a child. What made you most joyful. Okay, you can intellectualize about everything. You can read tons of books, and if you don't know the essence of your child's essence, what do you remember? You remember only books and scripts and nothing else. Remember yourself. Try to remember the most, even if it doesn't make sense in this like in this society, like what I said before, throwing just marbles in the air and having fun. It doesn't have to make sense. It is what makes you most joyful. It can be the most whatever childish thing. It doesn't matter, because that is fulfilling you. And that is leading you back towards yourself and towards your higher third eye. Okay, that's what I wanted to say. Anyway, there are no problems. There are only solutions. And or there are only challenges, but you can completely transmute them and they are beautiful. They are just making this whole thing so exciting and wonderful, this mythos of life, okay? Just transmute and alchemize it with your heart. You can be so full of love that you are crying like hours, okay? Because the light is so bright, the sound healing in your heart, your crystalline codes. And if you ever, and you did, if you ever felt this love, this deep gratitude, just 1 second, you know what I'm talking about. Go back to that essence. Okay, I love you all. Also to all of you, and see you next time. Okay? Ciao.